Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for giving me a safe space to create. I wanted to bring you along on my recent vacation to Seattle. Of course I couldn't do an intro because it was such a busy time around. So please enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the pictures, all of the scenery, and all of the good food I ate. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you. So I flew out on a Thursday evening. I honestly hate flying, but I would do it for my sister at any time she ever asked me. Delta gave me these really good little cookies and showed me how to use the flight tracker. I thought that was super cool that I could see which state I was in as we were flying. The very first day that I flew in, I stayed with my sister. I stayed with my sister the whole time I was out there, but we went back to her house and we just kind of relaxed. I got all set up in the bedroom and I got to see my childhood dog, Harry. On the very first morning that we woke up, this is the weather that we encountered. Seattle has always been a dream to me and has always been on my bucket list. At one point I thought that I wanted to move here. Finally going here and crossing it off my list made me so happy, and it was just so beautiful. The very first thing that we did was go get some coffee and get some breakfast. I went ahead and I got a cinnamon roll because I absolutely love cinnamon rolls. And I also got a lavender iced chai tea latte with 2 shots of espresso. I would give this about a 7 out of 10 just because the espresso and the coffee were just so sweet. We then headed over to Daiso. This was one of my favorite stores. Trying to kill some time so we could get onto the ferry at 11 a.m. This was the view, and I've honestly never been on a ferry before, so I thought it was really cool. We took this ferry to Vashon Island. It was one of the lesser known islands, so there was not a lot happening, so we just got lunch there and left. We got lunch at the hardware store, and honestly, this meal was a 2 out of 10. I couldn't even finish it. The french fries were really good, but the chicken was just super greasy and very overcooked. Please excuse all of the ugly eating that I do in these next few videos. I was trying to get as much food content for you guys as well, so that's exactly what happened. Honestly, the french fries were my favorite part of this meal, and it reminded me of a pizza shop that I used to go to all of the time at home. The next thing that we did was go to Pike's Place and the pier. This is such a pretty area to go, and it's honestly a major tourist spot. We walked the market, but of course I didn't see anything that I really liked. And it was really hard to take videos and pictures and things like that, but I tried to do my best. I asked my family if we could go get some cheesecake because I absolutely love cheesecake, and I heard that there's this small little cheesecake area on like a corner store essentially that carried some good cheesecake, so I went ahead and I got myself some raspberry swirl. Here's a picture of me with a pig. You guys know how I am about pigs, and it just made me super happy, and I was just so excited to see that. This was part of the market, and once we were done with the market, we went ahead and just walked down to the pier. This is the famous gum wall. That is so gross, to be completely honest with you. The next stop was to do some souvenir shopping, and this was just a cute picture that I got with this otter thing. And then it was time to eat some dinner. I'm a very big seafood person, so I wanted to get some calamari while I was down there. I got a pretty big portion of calamari, which I wish they had like a kid size because I honestly couldn't eat all of it, and ended up giving it to a homeless person, but I give it an 8 out of 10. The very next thing we did was we went on this Ferris wheel. Here is the Ferris wheel all lit up. I thought this was so pretty, and it was kind of intimidating because it looks so much smaller from far away. I am honestly scared of heights and moving things like this over water especially. My anxiety got so high as we made it to the top, but it was absolutely beautiful. Here are a few shots of the water and of the lights. The lights kind of made me feel like I was back at home. So for day 2, we got up and ate some steak and some vegetables for breakfast, and then we went to the Ladybug Express. I got a white chocolate coffee and it was so good. Here's some pictures of us going outside and just exploring some wooded areas. We took the dogs out on a walk and took them to this little beach area, and it was super pretty. Of course, it was absolutely freezing, and by the time I got comfortable there, I wanted to cry. Here's us on another pier. This is when we got some fresh crab. I went ahead and I squeezed some lemon in this and ate it with some butter, and it was so good. This was a very funny picture of me and my sister, and I just honestly couldn't stop laughing. We saw some elephants, leopards, penguins, you know, the full shebang. Whole heart goes out to these animals because they just look so sad, and I wish I could give them love and attention and just scratch their heads. I tried to get a good video of this leopard because they said that she doesn't normally come up to the top like that, so I felt really special that she saw me and was like kind of feeling for me. This was a cute little anteater, and I just wanted to scratch its butt. We also saw some tigers, and this tiger was meowing so loud, and I feel like this was its mate maybe, but you know, what do I know? It was honestly such a weird experience to go to a zoo, only because the only other zoo that I've been to was the San Diego Zoo, and it's just a completely different time now. These are some monkeys, and I want to say this is like a cow goat. I honestly couldn't tell you. I thought it was like super cool to watch, and it saw me and pretty much like came up to me, and if there wasn't glass, I'm pretty sure I could have pet it, and it's just so cute, and I wanted to take him home, and I think he wanted to come home with me as well. Here's him walking down to me, and I felt like I needed to be on his level. This is where we made eye contact, and this is where he said that he wanted to go home with me. I'm not even lying. This is a picture of him from far away. I made the joke of seeing a group of Athenas because Athena does look like a wolf. I don't know what this wolf is chewing on though. We made our way to the aquarium where we saw some crabs and jellyfish and sea urchins and things like that. I'm honestly obsessed with these little jellyfishes because they were yellow, and I just thought they were so amazing and so pretty. I feel like this could be a Dell computer screen, or like one of those screens when your computer goes on to standby and it just has like one of those moving wallpapers. I could see it happening, but super pretty. I also saw this cool jellyfish and thought that it would be cool to videotape it in slow motion. We went over to the seal exhibit, and it was making noise. I don't know if it's like a howl or anything, but it was hungry, and I was like, me too, my friend. We made our way over to the sea urchin place. There is a little petting area, and I was like, I don't really want to touch any sea cucumbers, so I'm gonna pass on this one. But I did go ahead and touch these weird jelly things. It honestly made me feel so uncomfortable. It was sticky, and I just did not like the feeling of it, so I thought I would go try and get a hug from these spiky boys. If you can see, the little prongs are closing in on my finger, and I was like, wow, I made a friend. How sweet. I wanted to take it home and tell it about all of my life and all of my drama, but they told me no. I obviously did not really like that one as much, and I just wanted to go wash my hands at this point. We saw some sea otters, and we tried to see some penguins, but there were so many people around, and then we tried to see the polar bear, but the polar bear was not there. Our next stop was this waterfront market. It was kind of boring, nothing really happened. And then here is day 3. On day 3, we didn't do anything really exciting except for Katsu Burger. I honestly will tell you guys that this is the only real 10 out of 10 place that automatically caught my eye. There's Godzilla murals and Dragon Ball Z and anime all over the place, and I'm absolutely in love with the aesthetic. And honestly, 100% my all-time favorite place we went out of everything. I got a green tea milkshake, which I didn't think that I was really gonna like because milk does not sit very well with me, but I fell absolutely in love with it, and I'm gonna try and make it at home. I also got the Godzilla burger because I am a very big Godzilla fan, and I wanted to show you guys how big it was. I could barely eat half. For the rest of the night, we just played mystery games and tried to solve pretend crimes. On day 4, it was the day for me to leave. We went to this cute little Vietnamese bakery place. I've heard that they have one in California, but this was actually the first time I've ever seen it. We got a few breakfast items and a few pastry items. I also got a Vietnamese coffee from here. This is just a clip of what we got with the names of what we essentially picked out together. My sister is on a fast right now, so she couldn't really eat some of these things, but she ate a few that she knew that she could for sure eat. The Vietnamese coffee, I am going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. The coffee taste was very harsh and it seemed very thick for my liking. Even though there was no additional flavors to it, I still thought it was a very good coffee, and the ice made it a lot better because it kind of like cut the harshness of the coffee. We then went to California Burrito, and me and my sister split a steak burrito because she knew that I was not going to be able to finish it all, even though we went ahead and had a full buffet at her breakfast table. The very first thing that I was eating was the burrito, of course. I did eat it with green sauce and without, and it was really good. It was a great way to start off the day. The next thing I tried was that ham and cheese little biscuit thing. It was really good. It had a type of sweetness to it and savory. I don't exactly know what I was expecting, but I was definitely not expecting that, and it overwowed me. Here's me trying to get the spicy sausage out of its wrapper. I will give this spicy sausage about a 7 out of 10 as well, just in the sense of I feel like if it's a spicy sausage, it should be a little bit more spicy. Kind of just tasted like it had sriracha drizzled over it, and that's what they were going to claim as spicy. And honestly, sriracha is my very favorite thing to put on things, so I kind of have a tolerance for it. I'm noticing that I'm saying honestly a lot in this video, and I'm very sorry for that. I want to be completely upfront with you guys and tell you my honest opinion, so please excuse that. I'm sorry if it got annoying. Here's me drinking some more of that coffee to wash everything down. Me and my sister were having a conversation about who knows what at this point, but I wanted to keep it casual so it didn't look so weird. I'm pretty sure I'm just talking about like the coffee and the desserts and things like that at this point. So I can honestly say that this little, I don't know, it looks like a milk roll, was one of my favorite things out of this meal that we had. It tastes like custard, and I could say that I finished the whole thing almost, but a lot of sugar makes my stomach upset, so I left maybe 1 or 2 bites. I asked my sister if she wanted some, but she obviously couldn't eat it because of her fasting. This very last little pastry really disappointed me. I love matcha. I used to drink it all of the time, and I don't know what threw me off. You can see the disgust in my face after I chew it. I am a very big consistency person, so that could have well been what happened, but I'm surprised that I didn't spit it out. I'm surprised that I even swallowed it. It was not my cup of tea. I feel like if it was just the matcha bread, it would be fine, but there was something in it that just made me super uncomfortable. At this point, it was time to drop me off, and I missed my sister so much after this, but I was so ready to come home. This was my view. I had so much fun being out in Seattle and seeing my family, but I missed my family at home as well, so I was kind of ready to be home. This is going to end my little journey to Seattle. I had so much fun, and thank you guys so much for being a part of it. As always, like, comment, and subscribe.